We are back, y'all. We have something to talk about, man. It's the Spotlight Sports Talk. We was just live not too long ago waiting for these rankings to come out. We was going to do some of the marquee matchup predictions, which we could probably do anyway in this segment here. But this is your first time being here, we would suggest that you subscribe and hit that alert button because it's going down now. College football playoff has been announced. Oh my God. Before we go into this argument of a debate or whatever, I'm going to just tell y'all the top 10 because that's what really matters right now.
Actually, it's different from offer. It's different now from what you see on that.
No, this is right.
UCF is number 8. LSU is not number 7 no more.
Okay, so let me go back to it. Let me go back to my source. Listen. Let me go back. Calm down.
No, I was just saying.
Calm down.
I was just saying. That's all.
So, but how y'all feeling about this right now? Like, how y'all feeling about this rankings? Because before I gotta get the actual list up if it sends it to me.
I mean, the top 4 I think is right, but after that, I don't know. That's something to talk about.
I like Oklahoma in there so far. I don't know about
because
now,
you lie and I can't say the words that I really want to say. I'm gonna shake my head.
Okay, so right now we have the top 5. We have number 1 Alabama, number 2 Clemson. That's been like that for the last couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, number 4 what is number 3? Number 3 is Notre Dame, and number 4 is Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 5 is Oklahoma, and number 6 is Ohio State.
Okay, so what in the deuce of Ohio State being at number 6? This doesn't make no damn sense to me on how Ohio State jumps over UCF. UCF was number 9. Ohio State goes from number 10 to number 6. In what world? What? No. See, this is the issue with college football. This is the problem with them. And my problem is this. You end up doing the BCS, getting rid of the BCS because of how they was voting it. But these same people that's doing the college playoff, it's all like they were part of the BCS too.
Right.
There's no way you have. This is why you have to have more than a 4-team college playoff. This is only why you gotta have at least a 12-team college playoff. You have or 16. So
minus the buys and stuff. Do it like the pros.
It's something has to give with this because UCF is undefeated, knowing they still won the game after their quarterback broke their leg and still won the football game. So, as far as Oklahoma has been robbed. They should be in the top. That's another one that probably could be in the top 4. The only one-loss team in the top 4. Oklahoma should be in that top 4.
Well, Georgia is a one-loss team too.
Yeah, but I feel like Oklahoma is the better team than Georgia. That's my personal opinion. Kyler Murray is better than Jake Fromm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Oklahoma should be number 4, Georgia number 5. That's my personal opinion.
I can agree with that.
So, what is your intake of what we just saw not too long ago?
I feel like this. Other than the top 3 teams, everything else is wrong. Because I feel like it should be the top 4 right now should be Alabama playing Oklahoma and Notre Dame playing Clemson. 5 and 6 should be UCF, and 6 could be, I could say, I don't know.
Michigan got 2 losses already?
They got 1.
Michigan
got 2.
Okay, so Michigan is out. We can't put Michigan in there.
Another one-loss team.
We got to depend, or you can put Washington State up there.
But they're 11.
But how?
It's 3. It's like 4 or 5 one-loss teams.
This is ridiculous.
And there's only 4 undefeated teams.
That same Washington State team is lower than LSU when LSU has 2 losses.
Yep.
This is so SEC bias. I don't care what nobody say. This is SEC bias.
And Dante was talking. SEC runs college football.
And honestly, I'm sorry, I have to say it, but college football would never get it right. They would never get it right. They go off a strip of schedule. Me personally, you should have players in there. You should have people in that committee that know college football. You got a bunch of computer geeks putting numbers together, trying to figure out who's the best team in college football. No, you need actual people that have analysts, commentators that know the game of college football doing this committee.
And it should go off your record too.
And it should
Exactly.
go
I hate that bull crap. Oh, strength of schedule. So what? I don't care about strength of schedule. That doesn't make no sense.
So if that's the case, the NFL don't go off a strength of schedule.
Exactly.
right. I absolutely agree with that.
You look at the Giants when they won 8-8. They went all the way to the damn Super Bowl and won it.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. Washington State is 13 in the college playoff rankings.
Oh, yeah, 11 now.
So why does it say Alabama 1, Clemson 2, Notre Dame 3, and Georgia 4, right?
Yeah.
Oklahoma's 5, Ohio State is 6. Michigan is 7, UCF is 8, Florida is 9, LSU is 10, Washington 11, Penn State 12, Washington State is 13.
Oh.
There's no way Washington State has 2 losses. Okay, so that kind of makes sense.
That's why Washington number 11.
But there's no way that LSU, Washington, and Penn State should be over there.
Oh.
Washington State.
Yeah.
There's no way. And then you have Texas at 14, Kentucky at 15, West Virginia at 17. Boise State is number 22. And they're 10-2.
Same record as Michigan.
Same record as Michigan, that's ranked 7th.
That's crazy.
I don't get it.
So I'm going to let Dante take the floor on this one. Before you go, bro, let Dante take the floor. He's too quiet right now. Something ain't right about this.
That mean his mind is churning.
Listen, we are 100% raw and uncut when the Spotlight Sports Talk. So if you want to say what you want to say, say it.
We could be raw and uncut.
That's what it says in the intro. 100% raw and uncut.
Well, after he said what he got to say, I'm next.
Okay, well, we're going to put it out there.
Put my Stephen A. Smith stuff on.
That number 1 team that they got ain't built like that. And it's going to show. Watch what I tell you. For 2, UCF, for 1, all respect to that quarterback that got hurt, man. All respect to that quarterback that got hurt, man. My man got hurt or whatever. But UCF could give anybody above them a run for their money. Trust me. They give anybody a run for their money. You know? As far as right now, I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna rock with the quarterback situation. But for real, Oklahoma should be playing Alabama. You know, but because of this joint is so SEC biased, they don't want that because they know Oklahoma would give Alabama a go. Alabama don't even want to see that. Like Alabama don't want to see that. I'd rather see Oklahoma at number 4 and have Georgia and Ohio State playing each other, or have Georgia and UCF playing each other. For real, I wouldn't even want Ohio State within the top at number 6. For real, like. Nah, man. Fuck Ohio State. We raw and uncut. Fuck Ohio State. I'ma say it. You know, I keep on saying it with a capital F. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, with a capital F. They lucky my bottle downstairs. I'd take a shot to that. You know? But the crazy part is though, like, we really don't know what really is gonna happen to after this weekend. After this weekend, it's going to say a lot more than what the fuck what they giving us right now. Because what they giving us right now, I mean, it's a lot of teams that is above certain teams that shouldn't be. You know, but this is what we deal with every year. You know, it's that bullshit. You feel me? It's that bullshit, but that top team ain't built like that. I can name 2 teams. I could actually probably name 3 teams that probably get Alabama a run for their money.
Name them teams, man. Name them teams.
Well, we all know Clemson would give Alabama a run for their money.
Already.
Right.
Yeah. And just like I said again, Oklahoma would give Alabama a run for their money. Why? It's just because of the bad blood. You know? Yeah. I just feel like it's because of the bad blood. I feel like Oklahoma is a team that Nick Saban don't want to see. Like, he just, like, I don't know. That's his kryptonite right there. You know? That third team,
I'm about to say it. Because I already know who. They undefeated right with their asses, too. UC fucking F.
I know.
I just think UCF could beat Alabama.
That third team.
There's a few teams out there that can be in that third spot.
That third team, for real, that I want to say, I want to see them against somebody other than the bullshit they've been playing on their schedule.
Amen.
But the thing is, though, that third team showed that last year in the bowl game that they can give any team a run for their money. You know what I'm saying? They showed that they could give one of those teams a run for their money. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you trying to tell me that not just beating them. No, they punished them. They whipped their ass.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna say just beat, man. If they would have beat them by a point or two or something like that, then okay, yeah. But no, they beat their ass.
Auburn. They crushed them.
You understand what I'm saying? They got to put some respect on their name. You feel me? Like, I feel like with a win like that, like coming out last year, whatever, they should put some respect on their name and gave them a decent schedule. You feel me? You would have gave them a decent schedule, then I bet you they wouldn't been where they at right now. Because there's no way you can sit there and tell me that fucking Michigan is above them.
With two losses.
Nah.
Two losses.
You can't sit there and tell me that Michigan is above them. You know, like a person you can't even convince me that right now. You know, maybe in the beginning of the season, but right now, nah, it's a whole different ball game. You know, Michigan just got their ass beat bad,
convincingly.
Yeah, beat like bad. For real. Ohio State beat them so bad, even when they could have just sat there and ran it up, they didn't. and then they get a ball back at Michigan State just so they can pick the ball off. You know what I'm saying? They get a ball back to them just so they can pick it off. And
right.
So, all right, now we can call the game. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you can't sit there and tell me that Michigan is a better team than UCF. I ain't even believe that right there.
This is blasphemy. I'm about to go in like Stephen A. Smith. These college rankings is the worst ever. Listen, one thing I gotta say is they gotta really get this right in the future, because if they don't, a lot of teams are really gonna start complaining why they not getting they just do when a whole bunch of teams are jumping over them when they having a perfect season. That's not cool at all. Because I guarantee if the BCS was still out, UCF would not be number 8, because it goes off the schedule. Like what their record is. Because any other time you see, how many times have you seen when the BCS came out, it was a one-loss team in the national championship? 9 times out of 10, it was 2 undefeated teams. It wasn't never a one-loss team in the BCS. Now, you might have a year or 2, maybe 3 where it was, but 9 times out of 10, when the BCS, it was always 2 undefeated teams playing for a national championship.
But you know what made the BCS change? The BCS changed when they saw Alabama go to the national championship with 2 losses.
Yeah.
That's what made them change the BCS.
Yeah, now I understand that. Yeah, that part I understand. But 9 times out of 10, they almost had it right majority of the time.
Right.
But you can't sit up there and make a college football player and have an undefeated team not even in the top 5. That don't make sense. They're not even in the top 5. How you put them one spot up? And I'm not hating on Notre Dame, but I don't even think they got them more games on their schedule, so you can't take them out. If you can't take them out. They don't have no more games. You can't take them out. They don't have no more games. They got 1 more game left. They lose. Okay. But they don't. How you going to take them out?
But I'll bet you this, right? If a Notre Dame do lose, right, watch they be dropped to number 10. because of the respect that they give, the respect that they don't give Notre Dame. It's been time when Notre Dame had one loss and it was a double-digit ranking after them being undefeated. But I bet you it will be the Michigan, the Ohio States of the world that college football love. They love the SEC and they love the Big Ten. They don't care for any other conference. Okay, of course, the ACC, we all know about Clemson. Clemson is only the best team in the ACC. We all know this. But when Penn State went undefeated how many times last year? Okay, how many times last year? And they did not get their respect until they lost. What happened? Oh, they dropped the number 15 after they lost?
They lost to Ohio State. That was their only loss, and they were under the top 10. I said, how is that possible? The only one loss. You trying to tell me they go from a top 5 team to under the top 10 with one loss? That don't make no sense.
They should have been in the top 4 last year.
Right, I don't even think they broke the top 4 all season.
They only had one loss. And that was to Ohio State.
Go ahead.
First of all, Ohio State almost lost to Michigan. They almost lost to Purdue. I'm not saying them games like that, you got to look at consideration because they struggled with a team that wasn't even ranked. A team that's not even ranked. Nowhere. I think Michigan ranked Maryland ranked like 40? Maryland between 40 and 45, and they put 50-something points on Ohio State. That shit could listen. I ain't seen a team put up 30 points on UCF all season. All season. 30 points all season. And I actually, because I got the ESPN app on my phone, I watch a lot of their games. I ain't seen them put up 30 points all season on UCF.
Maryland was home in that game too, wasn't it?
Yeah. And they put up 50 stuff.
It's hard playing out there though.
Yeah, it's 50, but they put up a team that's not even in the top 30, put 50-something points on Ohio State. 50-something points. That should come into consideration. I don't care what nobody. The Purdue down there closely beating you. Purdue?
Just to let y'all know, as I'm looking at UCF's schedule right now, every game they won, they scored more than 30 points this year.
That's crazy.
Against UConn, 56-17. Against South Carolina State, 38-0. FAU, 56-36.
Oh, they won 30
versus Pitt, 45-14.
That's called
SMU, 48-20.
College football. They the Chiefs of the football, man.
SMU, 48-20. Memphis, 31-30. That was the closest game they had all year.
Now, Memphis is pretty good, so I can't knock them. They pretty good.
You have ECU, 37-10. Temple, 52-40.
Oh, Lord.
Navy, 35-24. Cincinnati, which was ranked 24th in the nation, 38-13. USF, my bad. USF, 38-10. And then the conference title is against Memphis, which UCF only beat them by 1 point.
And they beat Memphis last year in the conference title.
So I don't see the big thing in this, but I want to go to this. I want to go to Alabama's schedule. Let's talk about Alabama's schedule here.
They play the same people every year.
I don't get why Alabama plays the Citadel. I never understood that.
So 1, 2, 3. So out of all these games, Alabama only played 3 ranked teams.
Oh, that's bull.
3 ranked teams. They played Louisville, Arkansas State, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, which is ranked 22nd, UL Monroe, Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee. At the time, it was number 3 LSU. At the time, it was number 16 Mississippi State, Senegal, and then Auburn. That was the schedule for Alabama.
His schedule ain't no better than UCF.
And all these are damn near 50 burgers. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I think Georgia had a better. I think Georgia. Me personally, I know Georgia has got a one loss, but let's put Georgia into some consideration. Georgia has a way better, harder schedule than Alabama. They lost to LSU.
So y'all never. So Alabama's number one because they ranked the schedule. Who on that list you just named? I don't even know half them teams.
Hold up. Only reason why Alabama is number one because they won the national championship and then they came into the season and they lose not one game. That's why they still number one.
And it's set up for them to be they cater to Alabama.
They cater to the SEC.
When really ranked 2, ranked
2, 3, and 4 had harder schedule.
Ranked 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8 could all give Alabama some go.
So at the time, Georgia played South Carolina. They was ranked 24th at the time. They beat them 41-17. LSU was ranked 13th at the time, and they lost to them 36-16.
Damn, they beat them like that?
Yeah. Florida was ranked number 9, and Georgia beat them 36-17. Kentucky was ranked number 9 at the time, beat them 34-17. They beat Auburn, but they was ranked 24th, 27-10. So out of the 5 games that was ranked, they went 4-1. But Georgia is ranked 4th, and Alabama is ranked number 1. But who had a tougher schedule?
But
Georgia did.
But Georgia lost. That's why.
Georgia lost, but at the same time, if you want to go off strength of schedule,
and you know why?
Georgia has the better schedule than Alabama right now.
You're right about that. Plus, you got to think about this. Georgia lost to LSU, and Alabama beat LSU at LSU home. They didn't play in Tuscaloosa. They played at LSU.
But if we're going off, just understand the scenarios in the loss, but if you're going off strength of schedule, or just strength of schedule alone, Alabama could be the number 1 team in football. No, not Alabama, Georgia. Georgia could be the number 1 team in football.
Well, if that's the case, you can't even say that because you got to look at Oklahoma's schedule. Because they could be number 1.
Well, you got to look at this. They play in the Big 12, but Big 12 is pretty weak.
Be honest with you. Be honest with you. Ain't no conference really that good no more, for real. Because a lot of teams in the SEC that used to be ranked a lot don't be ranked no more. A lot of teams that be ranked in the Big 10 don't be ranked. Last year, Michigan wasn't in the top 5 like that. Last year, see, you got to think about it because it's only between 2, maybe 3 teams. Look at Wisconsin last year to this year.
Well, what it's looking like for Oklahoma, they only had 2 ranked teams compared to Georgia's. Georgia played 5 ranked teams this year. Oklahoma only played 2.
That's why they in. That's why they in.
So I want y'all to put y'all 4 together. If this was y'all was on the committee, who would be y'all 4?
My 4 would be UCF, Notre Dame.
Is that rank as far as ranking wise? 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I would put Alabama number 1 just to see them lose. I have UCF as number 4 so they can play them, and I still have. See, that's the thing. It would be hard for I would still want to put Georgia in there, but the only team I would take out is Notre Dame because they don't have to play for nothing. All they got to do is just win flat out. See, if they had to play for a conference championship, then I would keep them in. That's the only reason why I would take them out and put Georgia in because they just have to play straight out. They don't have to play nobody to get into nothing. So I would take them out and put Georgia in. So it would be. See, then again, I will still have to. All right, hold on. I gotta think about this. Somebody is because I still got.
Hold on.
I still got to remember Oklahoma.
If you take Notre Dame out, then would you put them at 5 or 6?
I would have to play. I would have to put. See, if I would take Notre Dame out, I would have to put them at 5. You feel what I'm saying? I wouldn't just put them at like 7 or 8. I would have to put them at 5. I can't just discard them just like that. You feel what I'm saying? The only reason why I'm taking them out because everybody else has to play for a conference championship.
It's been like that for years, though.
I understand.
It's been like that since the 19th century.
But you notice it shows every time they go to a championship, they lose because they don't have to play. Everybody else had to play for something, had to fight more for something. So whoever plays Notre Dame always loses in the big game.
But looking at Notre Dame's schedule, they had to play 4 ranked teams this year
because they don't have.
That was Michigan, Stanford, Virginia Tech, and Syracuse.
Because they don't play in the conference, so they can play anybody they want.
Honestly, I think that's a better advantage. If instead of playing in the conference, you can play anybody you want. And that's why I would prefer Alabama not to be in the SEC. I want them to play somebody.
Well, that's the case.
He's
But
up.
that's the case. I feel like if people feel like Notre Dame that good, put them in the SEC.
Honestly, I like Notre Dame. I don't know if y'all agree with it, but I do like Notre Dame not being in a conference due to the fact that they can play anybody they want. It's not just settle, oh, we're going to play Senegal, and we're going to play this team. We're going to play Appalachian State.
But you know, teams decline certain teams.
And that's what Alabama been doing.
But
Obviously.
some teams don't want to play Alabama.
Listen.
Because they feel like they can't beat them. Some teams decline playing them.
It
ain't like they saying no to people. I feel like some teams really do. Some teams don't want to play Ohio State. Some teams don't want to play Oklahoma.
This is my 4. I got Clemson at number 1. I think Clemson is better than Alabama. Only reason why I got Alabama at number 2 because I still want to get knocked the fuck
For
off.
the ACC ain't got nobody but them.
Number 3, I got Notre Dame, and number 4, I got UCF.
Technically, I like Clemson, but Clemson don't play nobody either.
All 4 undefeated teams.
Who did Clemson play all year? Because ain't nobody in the ACC that's good. Besides, the only team they gonna play against in the ACC championship is Miami.
If you want to go down, if y'all can y'all agree with me here? If who Clemson has played, right, and they're undefeated, right, and they're in a weak conference, right, it's the same thing for UCF, right?
Yeah.
You're in a weak conference, but you're still undefeated, right?
Yeah.
So you can't say who had they played because if you want to go that route, who have UCF played?
That's true too, but that's why I'm saying they should be in the top 4 because that technically Clemson has not played nobody either.
All right.
For who's in the ACC that's good? Florida State fell off. Miami's not that good. Virginia Tech is okay. North Carolina's not good. So really, the ACC basically the ACC went from Florida State to Clemson. That's all it did. For real.
I'm gonna let y'all take the floor. I said what I had to say.
Don't get me wrong.
I got my 4.
I understand what you're saying. So all right, I'm gonna put it like this. This is gonna be my 4, and I'm gonna just keep it there. This is gonna be my 4. My 4 is gonna be. I got UC, and I ain't even gonna put this in order. This is gonna be what it is. I got UCF, I got Clemson, I got Georgia, and I got Oklahoma. That's my 4. That's my 4. You know, and I want to put Alabama in there because I want UCF to beat them or Oklahoma to beat them. But I can have 2 different. Matter of fact, can we have two of them?
No, we got to pick 4.
Can you have 2 of them? Because I
got to pick 4.
Because I can have 2. If we can have 2, I can name a real good second one.
Nakia, where you go? She does this to us all the time, y'all. Sorry to the viewers that's been watching this, but sorry to the viewers. Hopefully we could get her back real soon. Go ahead, Dante. You want to pick your 4?
You know what? My 4 was actually the same exact 4. The only thing I'm struggling with is whether or not Clemson, Alabama, UCF. But the only thing I'm struggling with is, do I want Georgia or do I want Oklahoma?
Exactly.
Because with Georgia's schedule, they deserve to be in it. You know what I'm saying? But do I want Oklahoma? Yeah, because I want to put some fear in Alabama. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I was saying I was kind of like, it was hard for me to do it.
Now, if I'm
You
going
can put some fear in Alabama, but you got like the guy said earlier, like there's no defense in college football. It's not. There's no defense in college football whatsoever. Alabama's going to put up their points. My question is, can the boy Murray go up against the same points as Alabama? That's my issue with that. I don't like Alabama, but Alabama puts up a lot of points. They put up a lot of points. The question is, can he go toe for toe with Alabama putting up those points? I don't know. We don't know for sure. I
You know
think
what's crazy? Because that second year that Clemson and Alabama played each other, people said the same thing about Clemson because they struggled all year. They struggled all year.
the year they went to the championship with Deshaun Watson, they were scoring as many points as Alabama that year.
But the first year, they was going. But the second year though, they struggled. The first half of their season was some shit. They struggled. But that was the question: can they put up the points with Alabama? Me personally, I think they can. I think they can.
I don't know. I'm waiting for Nakia to come back. Hopefully, her phone probably died on her as usual. But this is a hella debate of who can be who. It's a great debate because college football is where you can debate who's who. But like, what pissed me off about this? I don't mind Oklahoma being at 5 right now. I don't mind that. But what I do mind is Ohio State being at 6.
A question: if Oklahoma wins their conference championship,
see, this is my thing. Before you go into that, now if Georgia and Alabama they playing in the conference championship this Saturday, right? If one of them lose, I bet you they'll still be in the playoff because it's SEC based. They're gonna have at least 2 SEC teams in the college playoff. Watch when I tell you that.
Because if Georgia loses, that's going to put them at 2 losses. That's going to put them out. They have to be Alabama to stay in there. They have to be Alabama.
But even if so technically, if they win and Alabama lose, that means Alabama still stays in the college football playoff. Correct? Am I right, Dante?
I feel like this: if Oklahoma wins and Alabama loses, Alabama shouldn't be in it.
But they still gonna have them in it.
That's why I said Georgia has to win to stay. They have to win. They have no choice but to win to stay in the playoff.
Real talk.
Now, if they was undefeated, it might be a different story. But since they got that one loss, they're not going to treat Georgia like Alabama when Alabama had 2 losses and they still let them go. They're not going to treat Georgia the same way as Alabama. So Georgia's going to really have to beat Alabama to stay in the college playoff. They ain't got no choice.
So now this is another scenario. I don't know. Do Notre Dame has another game?
That's what I'm saying. You can't take them out because I don't think they have no more games. You can't take them out. That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing I say that's different from every other team that's in the college playoff. They all have to play because if Clemson loses in their conference championship, do they still stay in? That's the question.
Well, it's always going to come down to this number 4 spot. Since you can't take Notre Dame out of it, it got to come down to the number 4 spot.
That's the only reason why I said with my 4, I would take Notre Dame out because everybody else can either they'll win, they can be put out.
But out of these 4 teams, Notre Dame has the toughest schedule out of all the other 3 teams.
You know why? Because they don't play in the everybody else plays in a conference. That's why.
I'd rather, like I said in the previous, I don't know if you agree with this, Dante, but me personally, I think not playing in the conference, you get to play the best of the best.
Well, that's the case. They need every team like that then, if that's the case.
Well, like you just said, like he just said, people turn down playing you, right? So if Notre Dame asks to play them and they turn it down, you can't blame Notre Dame for that, right?
Stanford and USC's automatics already on their schedule, so that's been a given for a long time. Them 2 teams always been on their schedule, and I feel like if nobody else played in the conference and everybody just played against they play, it would be a lot of different teams going to the national championship than one team over and over.
Exactly.
But if you think about it, since Notre Dame don't play in the conference, why are they not in the playoff every year? If they play,
because it's all about recruiting.
And you know what's crazy? They had the exact same team from last year, besides like 10 other people. They all freshmen.
That's not true. That's not true.
They had the same running back from last year, the same
Josh Adams is with the Eagles. That was their all-time leading rusher.
But they backup was just as good, and he's showing it. And he showed it last year. Their quarterback is good. Their majority of their defense still there, besides a couple like 2-3 people. They still had a lot of the same people from last year.
It's just, to me, it's the number 4 spot that's the issue with. Me personally, I would like for Georgia to lose and see Oklahoma get the number 4 spot. But if UCF wins and Oklahoma loses, then do UCF get that 5th spot?
That's what I'm saying.
Dante.
So what if Ohio State lose? Then what?
If Ohio State loses, then Ohio State should be bumped down.
And UCF should come up.
Yeah, but we're done talking about this. I'm going to let you take the floor, man. We gave you so many scenarios to talk about. I'm going to let you take the floor on this one, man. I'm done talking about this. It's so many ways this can go this weekend in college football.
It ain't. It ain't too much to say, man. Reason being, just because this shit is catered to Alabama. It's catered to SEC, man. Alabama lose. It don't matter if they lose out. They still won't be on the top. They still want to be on the top four. They can lose every game going. They're gonna still be on the top four. You know. It was something that you said too, though, that I did have a rebuttal for. Damn.
I said a lot of things, man.
I know. It's something that you said too that I did have a rebuttal for. Damn, man, that shit.
What was it about Notre Dame?
It slipped my mind.
Was it about Notre Dame?
I think so. Damn, it slipped my mind, yo.
We talk about Notre Dame not playing in no conference and everybody else not playing in one either, and people other teams playing in conferences and stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah. I even think that's bullshit, right? That Notre Dame could pretty much pick and choose who they play. It shouldn't be like that. You know
It shouldn't be like that, but what if Notre Dame is reaching out to those Alabama teams and to them Oklahoma teams, and them teams are turning it down? How can you blame Notre Dame? But we don't know that. But I'm just saying, if they are, and them teams turn Notre Dame down, how can you blame Notre Dame for that?
Okay, that's just like, don't you know when Florida State was popping, and then they would make them play a top team in the very beginning of the season? Or like they should do more like that, because I would have like the number 1 team and like the number 4 team play against each other and like on the number 3 team at the beginning of the season, not teams in like in the same conference. Like say if Oklahoma number 2 in the beginning of the season and you got Notre Dame at like number 5. Let them play against each other. Or have the 2 other top 2 teams play each other in the beginning of the season, so other teams can have a chance. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what like when Oregon played Ohio State, when they both was popping, when they made them play in the beginning of the season. Like, you got to do more of that stuff, because if that was the case, because I feel like this: if Notre Dame was really picking their schedule, they would have had way more harder teams on their schedule. Notre Dame ain't just picking their own teams.
Yeah.
My thing is, and that's why I come back to my point. That's the only reason why I would take them out my 4, because everybody else has to play for something and they don't. Because everybody else could lose their spot by the conference championship. Everybody else could lose their spot but them.
But my thing is this, though: when Notre Dame was winning national championships, why nobody was saying this then?
That was not long ago.
Listen, when they were even when they had their greats, why nobody was saying this then? But now Notre Dame is popping and they in the college playoff.
Because it wasn't a playoff then.
Issue.
It wasn't a playoff.
But even when they was winning national championships and they was part of the BCS and all that,
you know why?
Why nobody said nothing then?
They was undefeated, and they didn't have to fight for a playoff spot. It was automatically, you undefeated and the other undefeated team, y'all play. That's how it should be. Mm-hmm. But now that we got this college playoff,
so knowing the fact of them being undefeated, right? They don't deserve to be in the college playoff because they undefeated and they're not in the conference?
No, I'm not saying that. They having a great season, but what I'm saying is everybody else in that college playoff, if they lose, their chances are done. Notre Dame is the only team that that's not in that situation. Notre Dame don't have to play for nothing. They're not jeopardized.
Alabama haven't played for nothing all damn year, but they deserve to be in it.
What I'm saying is, if Alabama had one loss,
right, Dante?
No, what I'm saying is, if Alabama already had one loss and Georgia beats them, they're out. They're out.
That's not my point, though. Say if Alabama do beat Georgia, they mean that's the only really good team that they played all year besides LSU. So they deserve to be in it. My point exactly.
Listen, hold up. Didn't Georgia lose to Alabama in the SEC championship last year?
Yeah, but they still got in though.
Georgia still got in though, right?
So did Alabama.
They both still got in. But either one of them had 2 losses, though, but they both was undefeated at the time.
So technically,
they both was undefeated.
So technically, no matter who wins the SEC Conference Championship, they're going to be at least number 5 or number 1.
See, that's what I'm saying. If they both hear me out.
It's done.
No, hear me out.
I don't want to talk about it no more.
And now Alabama had 1 loss, right? And Georgia beats them. You can't come into the playoff with 2 losses, so Alabama will be out. feel what I'm saying?
Alabama's not going to be out with
You're-
one loss. I'm
But
telling you.
I'm telling you, you're not hearing me. I said if Alabama already had one loss and Georgia beats them in the SEC championship,
But
they
it's-
would
but-
not be in the playoffs.
But that's not the scenario right now.
But that's
the
what I'm
scenario is that no matter who wins the SEC Conference Championship, they're going to be number 1 or number 5. One or the other.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying if Alabama already had a loss, it would be different.
It is what it is, y'all. We are done here with the college football playoff.
Notre Dame need to be in the conference.
Notre Dame could be in the conference. They don't have to be in the conference right now. They play better teams than Alabama played all year. That's my personal opinion. But at the end of the day, y'all, comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. It's been a great debate. We got the Week 13 picks coming up next, so definitely be ready for that because I am uploading this joint tonight. Might get a lot of comments on this on this thing right here. This thing right here, Dante, this is gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. But we see y'all in the next video. Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that alert button. It's the Spotlight Sports Talk. We out of here.